Hi there, my name is Gabby and I've been an English teacher for about 3 to 5 years now, both as a volunteer and as a professional lecturer at a local university. I'm used to working with adults between the ages of 18 to 56, let's say, and I've taught courses ranging from conversational speaking, which is my personal favorite thing to teach, and conversational speaking, academic speaking, listening, reading, writing, TOEFL prep, especially TOEFL prep for speaking, and even pronunciation. I have experience from like a lot of different areas, and I like to bring them together because when you learn a language, you are not learning a language in a vacuum. And what that means is that you can't just know how to read. You can't just only be able to speak academic English. It has to be kind of like a whole circle, a whole picture. And a lot of times what I see happen with students is they get really obsessed with grammar. And grammar is important, but they get so obsessed with grammar and thinking there's a right way and a wrong way to speak. And so they become afraid of speaking. So I've met many students who can read in English, who can write in English, but as soon as I ask them some very simple questions, they struggle to answer me because they haven't had the opportunity to speak enough English in their English classes, or B, they're really scared of making mistakes. They don't have a lot of confidence, so they just don't want to speak. So my goal for you, if you choose me as your tutor, is to create an environment where you feel comfortable speaking with me. And even if that means making mistakes, okay, we all make mistakes when we're learning languages. Mistakes are okay. They mean that we're progressing. When we stop speaking, we stop making progress. So my goal is to get you to speak as much as possible. If you have other goals, if you want to do like business English, or if you want to improve your listening, or if you want to improve your pronunciation, I've also worked with students privately and in a local university. So I want to help you reach your English goals. I also want to share the fact that I understand what it's like to learn another language. I studied French as my undergrad degree. I have a bachelor's degree in French. And I had to write a 50-page paper in French at one point. And learning a language is not easy. It's a very difficult thing. And there's so many different things that we have to keep in mind. It can be really scary. It can be really, anxiety producing, but you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. I've studied French. I've studied Spanish. I'm starting to learn a little bit of Japanese. In the past, I've learned a little bit of Indonesian. So I know a lot. Actually, I know a little about a lot of languages except for French. French I know a lot about, but chances are I have worked with somebody who comes from your language background, and so I know kind of where your weaknesses may lie or what some of your problems may be. So like I said, I have a bachelor's degree in French. I have experience studying languages, and I'm currently working towards a master's degree in language education. I have 3 years experience working at a university level as a part-time lecturer. And I've also had tons of private clients on the side of that, as well as I worked in France for a year as an assistant anglais, which is like an assistant to an English teacher. That experience alone taught me how important it is to have a well-rounded language education. I'll give you an example. So when I was in school getting my BA in French, I was a straight A student. I got A's in all of my French classes. I could talk about philosophy in French, I could talk about literature in French, I could talk about politics in French. But then I moved to France. And I got an apartment. And one day I decided for my apartment, I needed a toaster. And I bought a toaster from the store. I came home, I plugged my toaster in, and it didn't work. No matter what I did, I couldn't get it to work. And so I realized I had to bring this toaster back to the store and explain to them that it didn't work and I wanted a refund or a new toaster. And I had no idea how to say these very simple things. These are daily interactions that you have if you live in another country. You know, you want to return something to the store, or you have to make a phone call to your doctor, or you have to set up an appointment with immigration or for your visa or something. These are things that you have to do for daily life in another country. And these were the skills I was lacking. You wanted me to talk about Camus in French? Fine, I could talk about Camus in French for probably 15 hours, but I couldn't return a toaster. So I couldn't do very practical things. So it's very important to have not only academic English, but practical English as well. And I really want to help you build the best possible foundation for your English that I can. I'm also planning on going to Colombia this summer, hopefully after all this COVID stuff passes, sometime in July, early August, to pursue my CELTA, even though I've already trained myself to know majority of the grammar that will be studied for the CELTA since I've had 3 years experience working with adults. And I have, a lot of knowledge about the English language that I had to teach myself, but teaching myself also helped me kind of realize how confusing certain parts of English can be, or why English works this way sometimes and not this way the other way. So it was almost like I had to learn English again. And that has really benefited me in the way that I teach my students. So, are you ready to stop feeling anxious and start feeling more confident when you're speaking English? If so, I hope you'll spend a little time with me each week expanding your English skills and moving towards your goals. See you soon. Bye.